Hey boys, it's Harm None. Today we're going to be customizing the Vapid Retinue Mark II. I just won this thing straight off of the podium in the casino, so I'm pretty hyped about that. Anyway, I think I've customized this car before. I don't know if I've done it on the channel though, so I'm really looking forward to getting into this. Let's hop in right now. Alright, so here we are. We're going to start off with the armor. We're going to go all the way up on that. For the brakes as well, we're going to go all the way up. For the bumpers, we have front and rear options. We can go for a no bumper, rally bumper, track bumper, street bumper, racing splitter with oil cooler, or the racing lip with intercooler. That's quite the look, honestly. That's pretty crazy. I think it's a little too crazy for me. Let's go for the rally bumper. I like the look of the rally bumper. Let's do that one. The rear bumpers, we can add a carbon rear diffuser. I think I will, why not? The engine all the way up. For the fenders, we can add carbon arches to this thing. Rally arches. Oh, wow, that's actually sick. Secondary rally arches. Street arches. Secondary street arches. Or carbon street arches. The street arches are cool, but like, there's something about the rally arches that I really like, so I'm gonna actually throw those on. For the grille, we can add a plastic housing. Primary housing, secondary, or carbon. Let's go for the primary, why not? Might as well match it up. For the headlights, we can do horizontal tape or cross tape. Not a super big fan of it, so I'm just gonna leave it off. For the hood, we can add no hood, I guess remove. Lifted vent hood, okay, cool. Dual vented hood, okay. Rally hood, that's neat. Race hood, carbon race hood. Performance hood, okay, it's a little more detailed. Or the carbon performance hood. Let's go for the performance hood. I feel like I like that a little bit. For the headlights, we're gonna go xenon, of course. For the livery, it's got white stripes on it by default because it came like that out of the casino. But we have black stripes as well. Vapid Classics, okay, that's kind of cool. Redwood Rally, Weef Stat Rally, okay, very interesting. Douche Rally, Aero Rally, Chapal, Atomic, Jakey's, or none. Honestly, I like the Jakey's logger. I put that on my Vapid Click if you guys saw that customization. Let's put this thing on. I like that. Honestly, I just really like how it looks. I like the color choices in there. It's kind of cool. Yellow on black plate, of course. For the respray, let's see what we can do here. I actually want to see what this car looks like when you can see stuff on it. Ooh, it looks really good in white. You know what? Let's go for the same look as the Vapid Click. Why not? Metallic ice white. I think that's going to be the look. It looks pretty good in my opinion. Next up, we got the roll cage. We can add a street half cage, a dash dodger cage, padded dash dodger cage, full roll cage, or a padded full roll cage. Let's go for the padded full, why not? For the roof, we can add a racing scoop, rally scoop, street scoop, primary sun strip, or a secondary sun strip. Not a super huge fan of any of them, to be honest, so I think, you know, maybe I'll go for the street scoop. Nah, I just don't want to do one. Next up, for the spoiler, we can add a ducktail. Well, you guys. Primary ducktail, street wing. You know what? The street wing actually looks pretty good. Vapid racing wing. That also looks pretty good. Sport wing, or the Vapid rally wing. Ooh, the Vapid rally wing. That's kind of nice. But I think I'm gonna go for the primary ducktail. You guys know me, I like ducktails, so let's do that. For the suspension, we can lower this thing all the... Whoa, okay, I was not expecting that. That's actually really cool. Yo, that's sick. Okay, let's go for the competition suspension, why not? Transmission, let's do that all the way up. Turbo as well. Now for the wheels, I think I want to go for some tuner rims here, or maybe street. Let's go for street and see what we can find here for this thing. I feel like 5-spoke sort of rims look pretty good on this. I don't know how low profile I want to go with these tires. I feel like these are too low profile. Let's check out the tuner rims and see what they got for us. Rally Master, they look alright. The Sissoko look pretty good as well. Chicane. You know, honestly, the Endo V1 kind of looks good. Let's go for the Endos, why not? The wheel color, we could do black. We could also go for maybe like a stone silver. I feel like stone silver kind of works good. I'm almost thinking we need to remove the livery though, to be honest. Tire design, we could add one, not really feeling it. Tire enhancements though, we will go bulletproof for sure. And we will definitely tint out the windows. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with this car when I started building it. I was sort of building it as a rally car, but now that I've seen that you can stance it really nicely and everything, I kind of want to go back and we're going to redo some stuff. Starting with the fenders, I think I'm just going to go for the street arches maybe, or even just honestly, the stock arches are really good. They look really good. We're going to go for those. For the livery, let's actually just take it off. I think this car is really clean without the livery. I think it looks actually fantastic. So let's take that off. And for the roll cage, let's actually just put in a street half cage. I think that's a better look for this thing. I'm really happy with how this has actually turned out though. This looks amazing. I really wish there was an exhaust option on it though. That would be really cool. But unfortunately there just isn't. So anyway, let's take this thing down to the ground. We're going to do a sound test and a review. All right, let's see how she is sounding. If I'm not mistaken, I think this thing has the same sound as the Elegy Retro Custom. It sounds pretty similar to it, I feel like, which is not a bad thing. That's definitely a good thing, actually. Off the line, this car has a bit of wheel spin, not too bad, definitely manageable. Let's actually just make sure this thing is rear wheel drive only. I'm pretty sure that it actually is. And for sure it is rear wheel drive only. That's cool. All right, let's get into the review. I definitely feel like this thing is going to be a bit of a drifty sort of car, just because of how it's stanced and everything, and it's rear-wheel drive only, obviously. So I'm definitely getting some drifting sort of vibes from this car for sure. But I'm interested to see how it actually handles itself here. So far the acceleration is actually really nice. It's actually impressive. It accelerates a lot harder than even some of the older supercars, I feel like. Which is, it's pretty good. And I guess, to be honest, it should for costing, between I think 1.2 and 1.6 million dollars. Bit steep, but it is a very cool car. I do actually really like how this thing looks, and especially for free off the podium right now, I really can't complain. So this thing's it's actually handling these corners remarkably well. I'm impressed. It's a little bit drifty, and it almost feels like it has a tiny bit of understeer, but it also like oversteers as well. It kind of just slides like into the corner. It feels really light, which is not a bad thing again. I actually really like how this thing handles. I'm impressed, I have to say. I think I do actually own a Vapid Retinue, but this is the Mark II, and I'm pretty sure that I don't own the Mark II. I'm really happy that I'm driving the Mark II though, because this thing definitely feels a little bit different than I feel like the Mark I feels like. I'm assuming there is actually a Mark I. I could be completely wrong, actually. There could only be one of these in the game, but I'm pretty sure I haven't driven this thing before. So I have to say I'm pretty impressed. This is a great car. It handles really nicely. It does sort of drift out, but it's super manageable. Really no complaints about it. It handles very well. It accelerates very well. It makes a good sound. I'd assume the top speed probably isn't the greatest on this car, but I mean, who cares, honestly? Like, unless you're just gonna be driving down the highway straight with this thing, which I kind of doubt that you would be. Obviously you want to be able to drive in a straight line too, but it's fast enough is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this thing's a great car, guys. I'd highly recommend going into the casino right now and definitely try to win this thing. It's fantastic. I'm loving how this thing's feeling right now. And for 1.2 million or 1.6 million, it is a little bit steep, but if you got the money and you really want the car, I definitely say recommend it. If you're not a super huge Vapid Retinue Mark II enthusiast, then I'd say maybe see if you got a friend who has one and ask if you can test drive it before you buy it. I think it's a great car, but you guys may not agree with that. So anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the video today. If you enjoyed this, if you learned something about the Vapid Retinue Mark II, leave a like, if not dislike. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.